We are back, and I've been looking forward to this conversation with one of my new favorite people in the world. It is Emilia Yonge, the founder of Sumantra Holistic Healing. Emilia, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
Doing just fine. I tell you, I'm soaking up some vitamin D down here in Florida, getting a little extra sunshine and really enjoying. So, what's happening with your business these days? I know that you've been doing some updating to some of your social media, some of your content online, and interviews. What's happening?
Well, I've been actually very busy. I had not expected my business to grow as fast as it has, but it has. So I'm kind of trying to catch up with the organization end of it, and it's overwhelming.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So, oh, by the way, if you need a good business coach, I might be able to recommend a guy. So it kind of reminds me of how you and I met through BNI. Remember? And as a matter of fact, that's part of what I wanted to mention here. I always like to mention that BNI is the largest business referral network in the world. In the past year, BNI members have referred over 15 million times to each other.
Yeah.
New business, new connections, resulting in excess of $15-16 billion in new business. If you want to learn more about that, go to BNI.com. Look for the big red button says find a chapter, enter your zip code, and you'll get a whole list of places to go and introduce yourself. Emilia, there's something I've been meaning to ask you about. You mentioned when we talked last time about some of the energy work that you do. It's not quite Reiki healing, although in some ways it may be similar. Can you talk to me a little bit about some of the differences there and exactly what distinguishes the work that you do?
Well, one of the healing modalities that I've been trained in is called Healing Touch. And the Healing Touch program is an energy healing training program that is based on nursing protocol. And it has a great emphasis on personal development of the healer. It was started maybe 3 decades ago or so by Janet Mentgen, who was a Navy nurse. And I would say that it is the best energy healing training program there is. I've been a student of Healing Touch for, about 20 years, I would say. Yes, and what I really like about it is that it has a very it has a very defined structure that is easy to follow. And also, because it is based on nursing protocol, it's easily integrated into the clinical setting. And the fact that they place a lot of emphasis on the personal development of the healer is also something that I don't think other programs really have at its core.
I see. So, in other words, part of what's going on here is what used to be coined as the old saying, physician heal thyself. So if you're going to perform this work on with someone else, you need to make sure that your own health is properly aligned. I know I'm sure I'm not using the correct phrases, but you can back me up on that. Now, you mentioned that this was started, the Healing Touch program was started by a registered nurse. It sounds to me like what you do actually has a basis in medical science. Tell me about that.
Well, actually, the basis of what I do, energy healing, it's been around for a very long time. I would say for as long as human beings have been around, because just before there was medicine or the study of medicine, what did people do to take care of themselves and one another, right? They would minister to one another with love, with intention, using their hands, and the right things to say, their presence. All of these things have been around for ages, and there are different versions of healing work in all the different spiritual traditions. And so what people like Janet Mencken have done is simply take something that is that has been around for a long time, uh, and put it into a structure, and you use the language of science and medicine to describe the process. So that's all that she did. But that's hard. It's hard to do that, and she did a fabulous job, in my opinion.
It's interesting you say that you have. I have seen a little one part in explaining the concepts and describing the principles of the Healing Touch program, not because it isn't legitimate. I know from personal experience that it certainly is, but because it doesn't always use the same kinds of terminology, the same kinds of equipment, tools, as what compared to what most people think of as traditional medicine. So would you say that the best, a good way to really begin to understand the Healing Touch program is to nudge, nudge, wink, wink, contact your office for an appointment?
Well, yes, the experience. Yes, you have. I can talk until my face turns blue, but you just have to experience it for yourself. So yes, I offer free initial sessions, which last an hour and a half. You actually receive a healing, so it's not just a consultation. And I also am the local chapter lead, or I should say co-lead, of the Healing Touch Professional Association. So we provide space here for students and other practitioners to practice what they have learned.
I see. So
and that's free. That's free and open to the public.
And I'm going to guess that may be a part of where your schedule has gotten filled up the past few weeks in working with other people in the community. And is that right?
Well, I am very active in various communities, or I should say various circles. So besides the work that I do here, I also hold a lot of group sessions. So yes, I mean, I started I started a community drum circle here at the Katie House of Healing, and we're going to have that every month. Yes, and there are two other places which hosts my drum circles. So in Katie. So yes, that just started this month. So I have been busy.
I can imagine. And that's really interesting when you talk about the drum circle, because I myself am somewhat familiar with the healing power of music.
Yes.
And rhythm. And so there it is. Now, as we wrap up here in the last few moments, Emilia, can you just review for me where our viewers and listeners can reach you to learn more about your program, to contact you for an appointment, to come in and see you?
Well, the best way right now is by my mobile number, which is 832-477-0407. Text me on that number, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. You can also reach me via email, which is sumantraholistic@gmail.com. But I have to admit that I don't keep up with my emails. And finally, you can always come and visit me in person at the Katie House of Healing, where I share space with three other practitioners, a massage therapist, an acupuncturist, and an esthetician. And this is 1618 Mason Road in Katy, Texas.
Okay, very good. So 1618 Mason Road, Katy, Texas, and Sumatra Holistic at gmail.com. Although fastest way to get in touch with Emilia is at that cell phone number, that mobile number that you see on the screen. Emilia, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always great to chat with you. And by the way, look for a text message from me. It's time for our next appointment.
Wonderful.
Time for our next appointment. Thanks again, Emilia. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
And now it is time to talk real estate. You know what I'm talking about. It's that time of year. So many people, I say everybody. It sometimes seems like everybody, doesn't it? Everybody is looking to buy a house, sell a house, move, rent, set up a new apartment and all of that. And to keep us abreast of the changes, the latest news, and how we can use that news to improve our own real estate situation. Let us hear from our resident expert at DOS Funding, Yonge Tran. How are you, Yonge?